Recently on my video, Cloud's Really Big Buster Sword, I was asked a question that goes something like, with such wide swinging arcs, how were there no blind spots on the hitboxes? I'm sorry the original comment got drowned so I couldn't pull it up, so I hope you make it here, random stranger. To start off, motion on your screen is not fluid. To give the illusion of movement, objects move from frame to frame. Today's standard for frames per second is 60, meaning that in most cases an object can only move once every 16.67 milliseconds. Most of you probably already know this, but I figured I'd add it in here anyway. So what does this have to do with hitbox blind spots and how hitboxes work? Well, depending on how fast an object moves, it has to jump more distance between frames. Sometimes we end up with jumps so big it doesn't even look like the object crossed in the middle and just teleported. Take this giant Marth sword swing as an example. You can see between these two frames it looks like there's a fairly sizable blind spot near the tip of the sword. So this leads into the next part, the two main different types of hitboxes Smash 4 has. We have our standard circular hitboxes and something we call extended or stretchy hitboxes. All hitboxes are centered around a bone and have coordinates modified from there so that when the bone of that character moves, the hitbox moves along with it, such as Marth's sword swings. All of his attacks are linked to his hand and then repositioned to be where his sword always is. No matter which way his wrist or arm moves or rotates, the hitboxes are always set to branch off this specific hand bone that does not move. So I'll start with extended hitboxes. These hitboxes use two different sets of coordinates unlike standard hitboxes and will create an elongated hitbox between those two sets. These are generally used in situations where an attack doesn't really cross into the Z-axis at the point it should, because yeah, that exists in Smash, and if a hitbox is too far into the Z-axis either way, the hitboxes will not be able to connect. So taking Cloud's cross slash as an example, we can see that the sword doesn't really cross into the point 0 of the Z-axis, and the devs compensated by placing an extended hitbox here. These hitboxes are not very optimal for large movement, so they're generally placed in a way that they don't move much. Before I get into standard hitboxes, I'd like to show you a couple of clips of the differences between extended and standard hitboxes with large movement. You see that red trail? Well, standard hitboxes will actually try to trace the movement between the last frame and the next frame, and that entire red trail will be the hitbox for that frame. It looks kind of janky out of context, but it gives the illusion that the sword did make the full swing and covers up any blind spots. As you may have noticed though, extended hitboxes do not have this tracing ability, so with large movements like the Marth swing, there will be blind spots. This does have a drawback though. Hitboxes will not trace in a circular arc and will make a straight shot for where they appear the next frame, so the bigger the hitbox swing is, the more polygonal the hitbox arc will be. So that's my info on hitboxes for you. If you got any questions in the comments, I'll do my best to answer. And yeah, I hope you all enjoyed this.